die, isn't she?
Hey, come on. It's okay.
It's like Eric's dead, but he doesn't have the heart to tell you. And then we get Sarah. She calls her all bricked out on this bullshit because he's like, is that your sister? She's like, nah, it's my friend. He's like, yeah, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna pull through. And she's like, you're lying about Eric and you're lying about her too. She's like, you called me. So, Albrecht's a good guy, and he represents the good in this movie, filled to the brim with evil and bad.
Yeah, he cares. Like he doesn't want to put any more stress on the dying woman. There's no need. Like she already has enough of her issues. And same when he's talking to Sarah, like, there's no reason that she needs to know the truth right exactly then.
Yeah.
So you can just tell he's a good cop. And you can tell Shelley is a good person. The fact that she's taking care of just a random kid pretty much. Like they're not related. But Shelley still looks after Sarah. So even though you don't get a lot of time with Shelley at all, like, I mean, she's basically dead. Like, and then that's it. And
You
see some
get
flashbacks.
no time with her outside of this same scene they cut back to with, you get the little montage sequences between her and Eric, but that's just it. It's just her and Eric. The only flashback you get that involves Sarah is when she's showing her wedding dress in her bedroom in that one flashback towards the end or whatever it is.
Right.
Other than that, we see no relationship between these two people at all. We hear about it, and that's pretty cool. We don't ever see it, but we know it's a strong relationship based off of what's thrown at us. So these are the facts. So it's 1 year later now, and we get this shot of this crow on top of this church, this cross. It's a fucking terrible green screen shot. The first of many.
Yeah.
That's one of the bad things.
High
def, exactly. Is you can see.
Yeah, high def
shit.
did not do this movie favors at all.
So there's another voiceover from Sarah going all Joy Division on us, talking about being able to keep love apart and shit. Then Sarah is visiting the graves as we hear that beautiful theme for the first time. And this is when I want to talk about Graeme Revell, because goddamn, he is in the 90s. Graeme Revell was awesome. And when it came to scores and music for movies, he does the score for that throughout this movie. It's just beautiful. One of the most beautiful scores I've ever heard in my life, still to this day, is Graeme Revell's score for this. This theme that we hear throughout the movie, I fucking love it. And then 3 years prior to this, he did a little movie called Child's Play 2. Now, when we eventually get to that movie, you laugh, but when we eventually get to that movie, I have a lot of elements of that movie that stand out. That Child's Play 2, I'm going to go on record right now and say this. Child's Play 2 is a lot better than it has any fucking business being for numerous reasons. And the music, the score from Graeme Revell is just one of the many reasons. I love it. That theme, that movie, and it's all the music throughout that whole entire film is just awesome. So he's back doing the score for this, and I'd argue this is his best score, and it's great work. It's throughout. This is a rare instance where we get to hear you get the best of both worlds when it comes to music in this movie, because not only do you get this fucking epic soundtrack with like all the hot bands in the mid-90s, but you also get this score that's just fucking so beautiful, orchestrated, it's melancholy. There's just a lot of emotion packed in this score that he does for this film. And yeah, so that's my take on the score. And after this scene here,
I literally never wanted to punch a movie in its face more than I had last night.
Definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth revisiting.
15 minutes in, I'm like, Dorothy, we're not in Oakland anymore.
It's in 4K, buddy. Check it out.
They were kind of like an afternoon, drive time type thing. Or like the type of podcast you listen to at work.